Yeah, I'm sure you all saw that Pam Bondi hearing. Oh. It did bring up a question, though. Let's talk about that. Greetings and felicitations again, my fellow perceptive purple people. I wanted to take a few moments to talk with you about the recent hearing with Attorney General Pam Bondi. Now, I'm sure that you all are already quite familiar from all the news media hype about the emotional fireworks from this congressional hearing, so I won't go into a little pearl clutching about it. No, sir. I am more concerned with how the emotional fireworks were employed to avoid answering important questions, as well as a lingering question that I have for you after I monologue on it a little. All right, so lots of bluster, lots of irrelevancies, lots of combative crap, etc., etc., etc. This all happening at a congressional hearing for fact-finding on the Epstein case, ICE's egregious uses of force, and other criminal justice issues. You know, the kind of issues that are literally causing deaths of citizens and, at the very least it seems, child abuse and pedophilia at the highest level of society. It is supposed to be a relatively somber, sober discussion with the country's top law enforcement official. Because the issues are so important and so varied, the members of these communities are by necessity forced to limit their time to ask their questions to 5 minutes. This limits both the time available for grandstanding, fortunately, as well as the real questions to be posed to the witnesses so that there are there to testify under oath. Otherwise, they would be there all day and night for one reason or another. Now, we may argue that this is their job and that they can go ahead and work a few all-nighters on behalf of their constituents whose taxes pay their excellent salaries, but they are, after all, mere human beings that have to also work on other assigned pressing duties. This makes this option a non-starter. Therefore, again, there are rules to be followed when committee members are asking their questions, as well as when a witness answers them. These are simple and nonpartisan in nature, the following of which is necessary to get through this committee's crap and get on with the next committee hearing of crap of the day. Sorry, that's the job. When a witness takes up that time, it is not just disrespectful to the member asking the question, but all of the committee members, including those of their own party. Up until recently, that respect for the needed decorum was more or less respected. Now, I'm not going to say that Bondi is the first witness in a chair to act this way, though it would be nice if it was the last one. And sometimes it is important to get more information to rebuff an ignorant question by a committee member, thereby taking more time than the member would like. Nor am I going to claim that she's the first one to obfuscate with emotional bullshit instead of answering a reasonable question. We all know better than that. However, here is where we grow concerned. These questions are important to Americans across the political spectrum, and legitimate answers should be the priority for the Attorney General of the United States. Instead, we are treated to quite the show, but no real facts that we all want to know on these subjects. The Attorney General of the United States is the top line of enforcing the rule of law, should be able to understand all of the above and maintain enough personal control over themselves while in the chair to get those answers out for the American public to hear. Sure, you could try to spin it as best you can, but the answers must be responsive to count. So here's my question for you. Using your cool-headed logic, are you good with a person in such an important set of duties to have neither the respect for the following rules, the respect for the American people to even try to give true answers, nor the ability to maintain her own temper in such a setting? I mean, try to imagine this person in a court of law acting out like a cranky toddler as she did here. So what are your thoughts about this? Do you find my question reasonable? Or do you have more logical and irrational ideas on the subject? Do be prepared for vigorous yet polite debate, but let's hear it. As always, I'll see you in the comment section below. Till our next chat, remember to keep your balance and stay purple, people. We'll see you again real soon, and let's get America together again.